Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to CF Diesel. We got a fun one in store for y'all today. You can see that we got the Mega Cab behind us, and we're going to be tackling something on the Mega Cab that we have not touched since owning it. We really haven't even touched this part of a truck since the second gen way back in the day. And you can probably see behind me, we have the Mega Cab torn down because it is finally time to get rid of the factory suspension. So the Mega Cab's been on factory suspension since I've owned it. There has not been anything touched to it. Factory coil springs, factory shocks, factory radius arms, factory track bar, factory tie rod, sway bar. And if you come back to the back, it is a 2500, so it is a coil spring truck. So factory track bar in the back, factory springs in the back, factory shocks. So this thing is bone stock. Finally time to upgrade. And here on the other side of the truck, I'll show you what kit we went with. It is a super nice kit. You can see we got a lot of components. We'll just go from left to right, but before we go over the components itself, I'll just tell you that we're going with a leveling kit up front. So that's 3 inches, and we're gonna leave the rear factory ride height because when I measured the distance between the center of the wheel hub to the edge of the fender liner, we were sitting at 27 and we were sitting at 30 inches. So we had exactly 3 inches of rake that we need to take care of. So I didn't want to go any taller than that. Still want the truck to be fast, still want the truck to handle all the power and handle well going down the road at high speeds. So that's why we're only gonna go a leveling kit up front. And also to tie in the lift kit so we don't have these huge open wheel wells, we got new tires coming as well. So I have the factory rims, the 5th gen Laramie stocks. They're at a local tire shop getting new tires. Stay tuned later in the video to reveal those. Kind of best of the best, do all kind of tire, all terrain. But let's go ahead and get into the kit itself. So this kit is from Wicked Customs. The paperwork shows 2019 premium leveling system, but that's because it's kind of pieced together exactly what I want, exactly what I need for this truck. This truck's a 2017, so it's a true 4th gen, but parts are compatible from 14 all the way up to 26. So that's the reason why the paperwork shows that. But diving into the kit itself, we got front Fox 2.0 shocks. We got adjustable track bar that we need to piece together, and we have the linkage right there. We do have radius arm drop brackets, so we keep the factory steering geometry the same, so those will go back there. And we have our new coil springs, and this is all powder coated to match Delmonico red. It looks slick. And then we have our coil overlays with our emblems, and that is gonna look super slick. And then these are our Fox 2.0 rear shocks. So kind of everything in one kit. You can go ahead and look at their website. A little bit easier, just give them a call. Not every component is listed there on the 4th gen tab, but if you click up to the 5th gen, then it is, and you just give a call. We got all of our hardware right here. It is going to be required some drilling into the frame, but that's to make sure that the drop brackets are secure. And then really we have the truck exactly where we want it. We have the frame supported right here with the 6-ton jacks. We got the axle supported with 2 jacks right here, so we can just start unbolting stuff and lowering it down to fit the 3-inch springs in. And then here in the rear, we just got the weight of the truck sitting on 2 smaller jack stands, and the only thing we have back here to do is the shocks, so nothing too crazy. But I wanted to pull everything off the truck so I could go ahead and just bring the tires and wheels in by itself, so I didn't have to put a lift on here, drive it looking funny into the tire shop, and then leave the truck there. It was just easier to pull it all off. Use the 2022 Mega Cab, which y'all haven't seen in a long time, but she still runs. Now that you don't have to have an ECM swap to take care of the emissions on this, something's coming down the pipeline for that one. But overall, it's going to be a fun install. It's really going to complete the look of the truck. It's been riding down the road like this forever on factory size tires, on factory tires, the trans forces. So it's time to upgrade that. We're gonna clean as much as we can under there as well. It's dirty. The truck does have 52,000 miles on it. I'd love to get it out there and try to strip all the dirt and everything. You can kind of see it just needs a good little touch up, but you can see that we already have the springs pretty much pulled up off the buckets on the axle, just the way the truck's sitting right now. So we're set up for success to start unbolting shock sway bar and then see how far we can get this dropped down. But yeah, stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be a whole different truck when we get done. New tires, lift. We're hoping for about 4 inches of lift up in the front and then 1 inch in the rear, because we're going from a 33 to a 35. That's gonna pick it up 1 inch, and then we're doing 3 inches plus 1 on the front. So it's gonna be a whole different truck. Gonna put you on time lapse. We're gonna knock out a lot of tear down tonight, talk about it once we get everything torn apart, and catch up with you then. So axle is dropped, not that hard at all. Couple of bolts. Had to take the front drive shaft off, but look at how low we got it. These springs are just gonna pop right out. We got tons of clearance between the coil bucket and then the one on the axle. We do have the vent hose a little tight, but that's something that we can work with. So yeah, we're gonna get all this cleaned up. Let's go take a look at the other side, but everything came straight down as you saw from the video. We got plenty of room to put those in. It's gonna make it super easy. There is some instructions in the kit that we'll go over with this tab of the spring oscillator right here. And then we'll wanna clean that up and make sure that this is good to go. Might wanna get some new one of these. Not sure yet, but so far so good. Looking here on the other side, everything just kind of dropped down. So, helps when you have the right tools. And we will get everything pulled out, and then we'll start looking at the back, seeing if we want to leave the radius arms connected to the axle right now, or go ahead and just drop the whole front suspension out from under the truck and do it that way. So catch up with you once we get everything kind of pulled out of the truck and give you an update then. So I got the isolators washed and everything clean with some degrease. We're gonna let them dry. We're just gonna go ahead and reuse those. Once I cleaned them up, they looked a whole lot better. Here's the difference between our factory coil springs versus our new ones. And you can definitely see which one is superior, which one is gonna offer smoother ride, and the correct amount of lift. So debating on what to do next. It's either remove the other bolt out of the track bar or start working on the radius arms. Per the kit instructions, which I'm kind of using as a guideline, not necessarily following it to a T. They want to go ahead and remove all that, which I think that's fine. They'll disconnect everything besides the vent hose. May have to look at taking that off so we can drop it down further. But so far, both jacks are supporting the weight of the axle. And then I need to find a good way to clean all this. I'd love to take a pressure washer, but I'm in the shop and that may not be the best option. So we're gonna keep working at it. Gonna work on the track bar, bolt, and then radius arms. All right, so some time later, forgot to hit record, but since we are already here, I decided to just, let's pull the whole axle out and pressure wash it and repaint it matte black. Back to the factory color. I don't really want to take it all the way apart to paint the axle because then I'd have to match it with the rear. I don't really want to do that much, but since I already had this torn apart, might as well pull it out, wash it, paint it, put it back in. And we got everything pulled apart. We got one of the brackets to test fit. We are gonna have to remove the motor on the The running boards, that's okay. We got a slight leak on the brake line. I did plug them. Other than that, there's nothing else holding this axle, so we're just gonna drag it out slowly. Try to pick it up and continue to get that axle to lean back a little bit. I have 3 jacks. That one's doing the tilting. These 2 are holding the weight of the axle. We'll pull it straight out to the edge of the shop, power wash it, so we're kind of pushing the water outside and then slide it back in. In theory, that's the plan. Well, that was a little bit easier than planned. Pulled right out. Helps that you have 2 good jacks that roll easy on concrete. Here it is. Here's a truck, a 4th gen, without a front axle. So, yeah, did a lot of damage tonight. A lot more damage than I thought, but kind of excited to get this pulled out, cleaned up, and making it look right. We got to cap off a couple of things and then cover up some electrical stuff, but hit it with a good little degreaser, get this thing looking right. I'm debating on whether to just pull the radius arms off all the way right now and send them to go get powder coated. Decisions, because I already have it apart this far. All right, well, catch up with you tomorrow with a decision made, but good progress the first night.